Welcome, everyone. And I think Jim is going to come up to the pledge and the four-way test.
Hello, everyone. And my memory isn't what it used to be, so I got my cheat sheet for the photo. So everybody join me, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So the four-way test, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better relations?
For all concerned.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Zara, you can put stars there, right?
Very sure. Yeah, as usual.
Can you get to the mic?
Okay, so today is all about gratitude and thanking people for the past president, the current president. So I have a couple of sentences on gratitude. Gratitude is a habit. It's a way of looking at the world and all the good things in it with a feeling of appreciation, regardless of whether or not your current situation is to your liking.
All right, thanks.
Oh, okay.
Let's do introductions. I think we have a visiting Rotarian. Where'd he go? He's not here. Where'd Craig go? Oh, he left. Yeah, we just have this. Oh, he split. Okay. All right. Let's see. Tim, would you like to introduce your wife? Welcome. I think that's it. I don't see anyone else. Mike, use the mic. Okay, you think I would learn by now. Okay, just a couple announcements. In fact, if you have an announcement, queue up. We're gonna do announcements right now. I was hoping Kirk would be here because this would have been his last meeting. I just wanted to wish him a good send him off to the Wednesday Club with, our best wishes and good luck and all that. But anyway, so Kirk will no longer be with us starting as of July 1. Let's see. Oh, I want to thank Heather, and all the people from the brew pub. This will be my last meeting. I just want to thank you all because you've done a wonderful job and you're always coming. Hey, remember, they have some kind of river bend this fall. We ought to step up to the plate and help her out. So don't be bashful. We'll give you a hand. And then the other thing, a little plug. Pay your dues. Dues are due now. We owe them by July 1. If you don't pay them, we essentially float you alone. So please get your dues in. Okay.
Okay, everyone, I have a sign-up sheet for volunteers for the District 5110 conference, which is a year from now, May 16th to 18th, 2025. The 4 area clubs are organizing this. I think it's fair to say the Wednesday Club is the lead. Nelson Naylor is the district governor. And there are several different kinds of committees listed. If that doesn't make sense to you, you can just put, I'm willing to help. The notion is the Thursday before is a golf tournament, Friday during the day are activities where I'm trying to get them to do an art walk and a wine tour and stuff, out in the community. Friday evening is an event at the fairgrounds, maybe a Western theme. Saturday is programming at the Performing Arts Center. And Saturday night is dinner at the Boys and Girls Club. So I'll send this around. And you should know the Friday Club has 30 members and 10 of them signed up to help. So I hope we can beat that.
each year Banner Day does a free shred day, and I just wanted to make sure everybody know I've got some flyers here, and you'll see our banner up, at my north branch on 7th Street. But we've got a free shred event coming up on August 2nd. Anybody, everybody, bring your stuff. It'll be from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. They shred it right there on site out in our parking lot, and, they do a fabulous job, but it's a great event. So all your old Texans and all that stuff that you want to finally be able to get rid of, that you don't need to keep anymore, bring it, and you can bring up your 3 bags.
Thank you, Jody. Why not that? I have one Paul Harris Fellowship Award to give out, and it's a little unusual because it's going to a non-Rotarian. So y'all know Laurel Sampson. I'm hoping she'd be here, but she's not here. Her husband, named Scott Swindells, actually donated $1,000. So I was going to give him the Paul Harris Fellowship or Fellow Award. And I'll just read it. Scott Swindells is hereby named a Paul Harris Fellow in appreciation of tangible and significant assistance given for the furtherance of better understanding and friendly relations among the peoples of the world. So give it up for Scott. Give him his hand here. And then, let's see, I think Ashley is ready to be, oops, she's. She would be nicely. She's ready to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, actually, our club. So, and Jenny, I think we're gonna do the honors. Yeah.
I'm super excited to be able to welcome Ashley in. I was just looking through my emails to get the beautiful thing that she wrote. And I don't need to because I know her so well. I get to tell you all the wonderful things about her, plus probably a few bonus things. I actually met Ashley when I believe she was less than a month old. She was a tiny little baby, and I met her and her mother at the same time. And her family took me in. They were part of my family. That's how she became my niece. And her mom and I have been sisters and very close friends for a very long time. And I've got to watch this young woman grow up and become the lovely young woman that she is. She is a mother to 2 beautiful little boys, Riot, who's 5, and Preston, who is 7. He's 7. And they're just lovely boys, and she's an amazing mom. She started her own business, DeVault Beauty Lounge, and does amazing video tutorials on makeup, and has just really built herself a beautiful life. I'm very proud of all she's overcome and all she's done. I'm not gonna get emotional, but I very easily could. And I just am so honored to be able to welcome her to our community and to this club. Probably over half of you in this room have seen me grow from a young woman into a much older woman. A lot of the great things I've done in this community have been through the people I've known in this club. And so it is really an honor to be able to share that with her and see her follows in many of our footsteps.
Come on up.
So, come on up, Beth.
I'm so happy. You want to sit with like saying? You don't have to, but if you'd like to.
I just want to say thank you guys for being so welcoming, and everyone's been kind and inviting, and I'm just really excited to get to know everyone more.
And just a little plug for her business. Ashley was actually at Porch Fest 2 weeks ago and had a booth there. Yeah, so she actually showed up as a business person and a Rotarian.
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I think that's it. Any more announcements? Okay, well, this is my last meeting, and we're gonna have a little handoff.
As president.
As. Listen to me.
It's such a club.
Yeah, book the flight to, I'm going to Antarctica. Greg Millard and I are going to Antarctica together. You're right, and this is a very literal group. I had forgotten that. That's my last meeting as president. Yes, so we have a little presentation. I just want to walk you through the year of what we did this year, what we accomplished. And actually, I think you'll be quite impressed because we got a lot done. So let's call it up.
Well, how
And-
come they won't come out? I need help.
And before, well, as it's being called up, I want to thank everybody who helped. There's quite a few people contributed pictures, particularly Janie. She gave me a thumb drive full of pictures. Bev and Doug gave me some, Serena gave me some, Debbie, and I can remember. So I got quite a few, and couldn't have done it without the pictures. Because the pictures are what makes it fun.
Yep.
And if you didn't know, that is actually our logo, and I think that's what's on the little placard we got at the Performing Arts Center, because we donated some money. Okay, there we go. All right, it's just gonna go back and forth. I'll tell her what to advance. I guess also, I should say, I tried to cover as much as I could. I didn't cover everything. I tried to get as many people's pictures in there as I could. If you're not in there, I am sorry, I apologize, but I did as well as I could. Okay, so the whole thing is, hey, we had a heck of a year. We really did. And I did not realize that until all the things that we had accomplished, until I started putting this thing together and going through notes and I just realized, oh my gosh, it was a wonderful year. And if you don't recognize that picture, just go back quickly.
Okay.
But that was from some wild man was driving that thing around on porch. So that's that thing. But it just struck me as, you know, it's kind of happy and kind of just reflects, I think, what we did all year. Okay. So here's what we accomplished in a nutshell. We've had, believe it or not, 50 of these meetings, counting today, 50 meetings. I was quite impressed with the next one, 34 programs that did not involve us, that were outside speakers. So things that didn't include vocationals and, you know, business meetings, those kinds of things. So the program committee has done an extraordinary job. I mean, they're always working. Last night, Tommy said, oh, we already got September booked already. And so anyway, they do a heck of a job. But 34, that's quite a bit. And it's a learning. I imagine you feel the same way, but I learn a lot when these people come and speak to us about all kinds of things. I really value that. We did a bunch of we did a bunch of service projects, some bigger than others, but quite a few. We gave money away as well. We gave, this was Doug's idea, but we gave $2,000 to the Barnstormers summer camp because the grant they had previously gotten didn't come through and they needed some cash. We helped out there. Under Greg's leadership, we raised about over $10,000 to the Performing Arts Center renovation. It's quite a generous gift. And we got 10 free tickets. Yeah. And Mint, you recall Mint, we contributed $1,000 for, and let's see, I know a lot of you do Mint work. Anyway, a lot of you, I didn't know, you can see you there. Anyway, we gave $1,000 for that. And then after tonight's social, we will have completed 16 of 16 goals. When your incoming president, Judy has already done it, you have to select different goals. And one thing I realized I did wrong, I didn't really share those goals very much with you. I should have done that early on. I was kind of overwhelmed, to be honest. But anyway, we made our goals. So after tonight, it'll be, the goal for socials was 10 socials, and tonight will be our 10th one. Okay, next one. We got a bunch of awards that I'm proud of, and we actually handed out a bunch of awards as well, like the work that Lisa Looney does with the students, the Student Service Above Self Awards. We hosted if you recall, two four-way speech contests. The first one with the kids from, a couple kids from North Valley High School, and then a couple weeks later, we did the area-wide. Let's see, and one of the young man, Noah went up to the district and competed at the district conference in Coos Bay. We sent 3 kids to Ryla. We got 2 district grants. One was for Shoots at Fit and the other, long name, Enhancing Experiential Education, Nature Education, Josephine County. That was with the Land Conservancy. And then also we got some money from the district for the Rotary branding on the mural at the Glass Sports Building. So let's take a look at what these projects look like. Oh, well, so these are the bigger ones. We did Evans Housing Furnishings. I think that's where we met Mary Ballard. I think that's right. Mary Bay. Sorry, you're not going up there, and I don't think I met you, but I think my wife would have took some stuff and met you. Anyway, reading eyeglass connection, working with the Grants Path High School, working on these, sitting on these ethics panels. They do a really good job of teaching ethics at that level. I don't remember having that when I was that age. And then also the mock interviews, which is hands-on, real life experience, get you ready to, in this case, probably just summer jobs, but nevertheless, how to interview. Mural on the Glass Forge building, backpack for kids, sport, shoes that fit, porch vest, and then a bunch of other little things that we end up doing throughout the year, of which there are many. Okay, let's look at some shots. So first, we got Mike Bird over there. Hey, Mike. This was at the grocery outlet collecting food to contribute to, I think it's go out the food bank. And then on the right is, if you remember, Operation Joy. That's around Christmas time. People send cards, people in homes, assisted living facilities, nursing homes, etc. Free glasses. This was part of that the eyeglass thing that I mentioned, that people extra reading glasses, whatever contributed. That's a great project. And then the next one, of course, the mural. That's really something. I mean, I drive by that not every day, but fairly often. It's quite enjoyable to look at. And I think that's that little, let's go back just one more. I think that little Rotary International, that's where we got the $500, I think, from the district to work on that thing. You know, just to make it a little bigger or whatever. And then next one, and you know, it's actually three-dimensional. It's more than just a wall with painting on it. Because there's some piece like that clock, and then I think that's a caterpillar climbing up the wall, and then there's a ladybug coming down the wall. I think that we can attribute that to the creativity of, what's that guy's name? I can't remember. Doug, oh, there you go, Doug. Anyway. All right, next. And then, there's some people in front of it. And then that's Leonora. She's painting, let's see, it looks like she's painting the shoelaces on Grady Adams or something like that. What were you doing there? You're painting, all right. Okay. And that's, you know, I don't have a wide angle lens, but that's as wide as I could get with my old iPhone 7. But anyway, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, that's a nice, it's really nice. That's something to be proud of. It really is. And then let's see. Oh, the backpack program with Christmas. And I know everyone chips in, but Jody, you're really the star of that one. And there she is. We can call her, go back just one. We can call her, in this case, maybe the queen of the peanut butter. And then the next slide, I couldn't figure it. Are they experiencing the rapture or what is going on? They're all listening to Jody give instructions. They look pretty, you got them scared. Man, you're trying to shake. Okay, next one. And then more, okay, one on the left, well, you just get a sense of the tables, how organized it is, and you know, the night you arrive, and I understand the work that precedes these kinds of events, which, you know, takes a lot of time. But boy, once you're there, it's like under an hour anymore, I think, and it goes so fast. And then there's the Lynn. She does a great job. She works with the kids from North Valley High School, the Interact Club. And so those are some of the students who volunteered that evening and helped us out from North Valley High School. Okay, and then there's Margaret and Jenny, and that's John Schiavone in the back, I think that is. Okay, next one. Okay, shoes that fit. This was, you know, we got some nice press out of this. And I just like that little girl with that thing.
Yeah.
She was pretty happy. So I just took a picture. I don't know if it's legal or not, but yeah.
Her eyes.
Yeah, she's pretty happy. And then you can see all the heads bent over, and I think those belong to us, I think.
Yes.
And there's Kelly, there's Kirk over on the left, and there's Jody.
And there's Cindy.
Yeah, quite a few. All right, next one. And this is afterwards, on the steps of Williams Elementary. And remember, it wasn't only Williams, it also went to the Boys and Girls Club as well. And then last one, I thought that was really sweet. Some little girl, you can't read it, but up in the left-hand corner, it says, "Dear Shoes That Fit Foundation," and I suspect the teacher wrote that.
Yeah.
It'll be great. It's a sweet little thing. Thank you for my terrific new shoes. She was spelled terrific, right?
Yeah.
And our new sneakers and stuff. That's a nice little, I thought that was sweet. Let's see, and then, Porch Fest. That's a beautiful brochure. Whoever made the brochure really did a nice job on that. I'm sorry?
The art was from Serena. Kelly put the brochure together.
All right. Oh. Oh, we got two Kellys, and I think Kelly's watching. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, and then again, we got, I think there were at least two articles. So this was the one that featured this fellow, who was one of the sponsors, and, there's a history, he grew up in the house, didn't live there anymore. I think, was it Tommy, you and I were, or was it, I don't know, we were talking to him that morning. He was pretty excited.
They gave that family gave $3,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Patty said that family gave $3,000 to.
I went to kindergarten with John.
Really?
And I have a lot of secrets, that's why he did the 3 times.
You have secrets in the kindergarten.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and that, the one on the right, just met her, her name is Chrissy Ewald, I think. She's new at the Courier. She just graduated from Willamette and she works for the Courier now. And I remember she interviewed Doug. She started interviewing me, but I didn't know anything, so I said, talk to him. Anyway, it was a nice little article. Okay, next one. And here's, I just called that Rotary headquarters. And next one. Oh, those people on the left, I think they're the best T-shirt salespeople in the whole world. They do quite a good job. And those two people on the right, I don't think they actually did anything all day. They just drove around. They drove around and laughed is all they did. They had fun. They had fun. They look like they're having fun. Okay, yes.
All the pictures are on Facebook for those people that haven't seen them. There's
Oh,
a
really?
lot of pictures.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Good, thanks.
And Jamie took all those pictures. Yeah, for that.
Thank you, Jamie.
I take it just so Doug will see them and he's sitting there going, oh, look at that. That's a good picture.
That was invaluable.
You're amazing.
And these are the high school kids, Grand Scott's High School from the band, I believe, marching band, who help out with barricades. That was nice getting them involved. Oh, one of the sponsors, Brownell, let's see, I like Debbie's here, but they sponsored a. Oh, there she is. Okay, anyway, one of Brownell's Electric, thank you for our generous, thanks you to our generous support. Okay, next one. The fellow on the left his name is David James, and I don't know the name of his group, but he's a local guy. He used to write the column in the newspaper for years and years about gardening, and he also headed up Greenleaf for a long time. Anyway, good guy, original music, and Chad Michael Sweetie, fellow on the right. Okay, next one. And I call this one living the good life in Grand Scott's. People hanging out on their front lawn, enjoying themselves. But the next one says it all. I thought that could have come from Woodstock. A long time ago. And I think it was like they are seriously having fun. And I think that sums it all up. I really do. That's a great shot. Okay, next one. We got off to a slow start, but I call this collaborating with new partners, the Southern Oregon Land Conservancy and Raptor Creek Farm. And, one of my goals was to get us to start doing more environmental work, and off to a slow start, but I think we got it started. At least we got the seed planted. We did some work on the left side. We went out, several of us went out to, it's called Raptor, it's called the Rogue River Preserve. And you kind of spend your morning on your knees pulling starfish, so it's kind of a lot of work. But it's worth it because this property there's a term called rewilding. You're basically returning a property or land to its original state and trying to get rid of invasive species. And I never really realized this. It's so what, southern spaces, they can do a lot of damage. And I'm sure you've been along creeks that are totally covered by Himalayan blackberries. And that's, anyway, so it has value. So anyway, we did some work there. And then that's up in kind of orange top, that's Patrice Hamlin. She's the outreach coordinator for Rapid Creek Farm. She's a Rotarian, she's in our club. And there's Tommy right there. And I think that lady's one of the mothers, one of the parents, and that's Annie in the back. So anyway, the lady in that kind of peach colored shirt is Tara Laidlaw. You had heard her speak early in the year. She did this nature journaling thing. Next slide, with the kids. And she's with the Land Conservancy. The reason there are no pictures of kids, the Rapid Creek Farm doesn't have parental consent to show pictures of kids. So we said, okay, we'll just take some shots from behind. Yes. We didn't do a lot. I didn't include this the photo because I took up a lot of space already. Anyway, Tommy and I went and we were adults. We introduced ourselves. We participated in the nature journaling event. And we kind of hung out with the kids. But I think the main thing is we got Rapid Creek Farm and Southern Land Conservancy together and as part of this bringing education to Joseph County. So, okay, next one. Oh, and we got some awards and we also gave some out. Okay, so the one on the left, a significant service award, we got that, we were awarded that at the district conference and it was for, I had written up an application or whatever. And we were awarded that, it was for last year's Porch Fest. So it was for the Porch Fest, it's called the Significant Service Award. And then the one on the right, I think that's actually for Jean Reed for accomplishing 13 goals or what it was last year. And when Jim was here, Jim Polk, when he was here in December, he gave it to us. Sorry, Jimmy.
Excuse me. Our global grant for Cozumel has just been approved by TRF.
All right, a few more on the left. Jody got an award from Shoes That Fit. It was a certification of appreciation. In the middle, Jamie, certificate of recognition. I think this was for outstanding Rotarian in public image. And then Lisa, it was Avenues of Service Award for youth for the work she does with the speech or the service of self to students. And I'll be honest, the one on the right, David West, that was from last year, but what the heck? It's a good picture, and I couldn't let it go to waste. Anyway, so vocational, let's see what it was called. Yeah, Vocational Service Award last year to David West, but this year it was to Dick Cohen. Dick Cohen. All right, and then Steve got one as well. Where's Steve? I think there you go. And this is for what? 2023 Distinguished Service Awards for Steve Rowe. And this is from the Four-Way Community Foundation. Congratulations, Steve. And then are we there already? Yeah. No, it's right.
I'm just going one by one.
Oh, okay. What's the next one? There we go. Okay. And then the title of this is that socials promote fellowship. And I think that's true. And this is one of the socials that we had at Taylor's, I believe it was. Yeah. And like I said, after tonight, it will be 10. The one on the left was at Christmas time at the Glass Forge. A lot of us went there and made ornaments or whatever. Pickleball at Long Ridge. I think, Janie, that was your idea, I think. Great idea. Yeah. And then guess what that is? Halloween, right? Women's Crisis Support Team. Cindy, I think that was your brainchild, I think. Yeah. Good job. And then, there's that boy. Who said Doug's not sweet?
Sweet on you.
That's it. The one on the top was after visiting the Performing Arts Center. We got a little tour. They went to Greg and Margaret's house. And then the one on the right actually wasn't technically a social, it was a red badge event at Doug and Bev's house, but that was a nice shot. Yeah, that's a social. Yeah. Okay, next. And then Jim Polk visited us, back in December, and I learned from going to Pets that that guy enjoys whiskeys. We got a bottle of a local whiskey, and he seemed very appreciative. I checked it up with him later, and I said, "Hey, Jim, how was that stuff?" And he gave it the thumbs up. So I know. And then student service above self awards, we gave out 7, and I just want to note, let y'all know that this year, in fact, last night we had a budget meeting, board meeting. We are adding the Boys and Girls Club that as well, so we'll be 8 next year. And I'm sorry, I only got 6 pictures, but here are the young, God, they're all women, you know, we need some boys in there. Anyway, these are the young ladies who were awarded, I don't know which the high schools per se, but there they are. And then we have this 4-way sweep contest, and you have to give great thanks to Lynn, the work that she does. And then on the right is Tiffany Mack, and she's actually an honorary member of our club, and she's a teacher counselor at North Valley High School, and she does great work with these kids. And we need to thank both of them, otherwise I don't think it would happen. And then that fellow, one more, go back, sorry, yeah, on the picture to the right, the young man on the left is Noah Poland, I think his name. He's the fellow who went up to Coos Bay to compete in the contest at district level.
Also,
then-
yeah, Noah went to Ryla this year.
Oh.
He wants to give a presentation of his experience to our club.
There you go. See, we already been down the list. It's coming. Okay, and I don't have everybody's picture, but I got a lot of them. So welcome to some of our new members. And I'll admit, the one with Susan and Jean Marie is actually the end of last year, so I don't get credit for that as new member. But I like the picture, so I thought it's fair, it's fair. Anyway, so these are some of the new members: Renee, Susan, Kelly's. And then a couple more. And then the Sloans on the left, and Lisa, the Millards on the left also, and then Tim Sweeney. And now we have a little, not much, but it's time to pass the baton to Judy. So. You guys, I gotta. I'm actually gonna take a lap around the room, so. Take a lap. All right, okay, here we go. Don't trip me. Here we go.
Well done.
Well done. Okay, it'll just take me a minute to get set up. You'll notice no one asked me to run around the room. That in fact is
Next year.
next year, okay. Okay, I'm gonna switch this over. So the theme next year is the magic of Rotary. And so. And first I want to thank Jim and just say it's like really intimidating following him. I'm, my only goal is to be half as good as he was, because it's just the combination of his consistencies, his smarts, his well-informed, well-connected, respected in the community, and so you see all the projects we were able to do and accomplish under his leadership. So kudos to you. And if you missed out on this, I hope you didn't. Tonight, we're having our last social and it's sort of called, it's honoring Jim and it's called Free at Last. It's at the Grants Pass Art Museum from 5 to 7. So I hope everybody can stop in. And I want to welcome Ashley. Thank you for bringing down the average age by about 35 years.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yes, and I want to encourage you to ask Jim later what Woodstock was. Okay, so just, my vision for the future, if you will, is just to have fun and to continue doing all the great projects that we're doing. If we're able to do that, it's just a miracle. This is a small club. We, by comparison, and I'm still just in awe that we brought in $55,000 just for Porch Fest. That's a lot. Well, it is a lot. And I shared with you when I was up at the president's-elect training, which is what they keep calling pets. I'm like, what's a pet? I have a pet. And I met a guy from the Portland area who was bragging about they raised $30,000 or something. It put it all in perspective for me. We are a smaller, poorer community by comparison. And so that, and besides which, Porch Fest was so much fun. So, and I want to put out a pitch right now. Leonora stayed from the minute she got there till the bitter end. She still had a line of kids who wanted their faces painted, and I would have been in that line, but it's ugly to jump the queue on 5 days. So we need 3 or 4 more face painters for next year, and I'm serious, let's recruit some people, because a person needs a break during the day. Some other things, this is just random, because I'm kind of a random person. August 29th is Hawaii's birthday. I would like to have some kind of aloha spirit in here. It's either a competition or everybody wear Hawaiian.
Instead of Hawaii, yeah, social.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be the social that day. I understand that you used to sing in this club and
Yes.
Yes, I understand that's controversial. Remember Patty Hansen said she would pay $10 not to have anybody sing her birthday, happy birthday to her. So we're not gonna bring it back completely, but once a month. We're gonna have once a month song. Kelly has agreed to lead us and make it a pretty easy song. Or, it's just supposed to be fun. And Greg, you'll be happy to know that in the spring, it'll be take me out to the ball game. Yeah. Halloween also falls on Thursday this year, so that's fortunate. So we may not have an entire costume competition, but maybe just hats, who has the best witch's hats, and I'm working on that.
Oh, are we going to have it because the room is booked for the week before?
We'll talk afterwards, thank you. Okay, and so then I'm gonna do some more socials that are fun and interesting. I, for one, was fascinated by the presentation by the herb farm. And I would like to go out there as a group, maybe have a tour and then have an adult beverage. And I want to continue to think about creative ways to sustain the projects we've got going, backpacks, shoes that fit, and Porch Fest. And that's one that we're really gonna have to keep thinking about, because it's a lot of work. And every single year, of course, I've only been with it 2 years, but we're like, I can't do this again, it's too hard. And then as soon as you finish, you're all excited and you're ready to start all over again. But it is a very big project. And there is one possible option, which would be to, if we're not able to engage enough volunteers, to maybe hire a project manager. Because even paying someone a little bit to organize some of that, we would still clear, a lot of money. So I'm just thinking about that. And then the mural, I serve on the Committee on Public Art for Grants Pass, and Valerie said we were the most productive committee, which just shook me up, because it feels like it takes 10 years to get anything done. But I've shared with you that there are 32 utility boxes in Grants Pass in the central area that are all kind of UGG. And we have decorated now 9 of them. And, we pay a stipend to the artists, and some of them are just really fun. I like the new one with honeycomb, and there's a new one that a child did. She was 7 or 8 years old. And so that leaves 23 to do, and they're about $1,000 a piece. And I had asked, and we did a grant application for those, and we were not accepted. But I'm wondering if maybe if we have money left over from the mural project and some other donations, which I personally would donate to that, because I would like to see more of those utility boxes decorated. They're creative, and I think the more our town is fun and cute and interesting, which it really is, when you think about the bears and the Christmas toy soldiers and all that, the more tourists we're gonna get. And that's a good thing for us, because it's been hard for us to attract, larger businesses. So that's a personal interest to me. Oh, also keep having interesting speakers, recruit new members, but mostly through attraction. I think they hear about us and want to join us. And then a couple of housekeeping matters. I started losing my hearing when I was 53, and I'm 68 now. And if you don't use the microphone, so this is a personal courtesy for me. You're talking about Newport, and I think you're talking about New York. So when I continue to nag you, please use the microphones, because I don't want to miss anything. And then on announcements, we need to keep them brief. That's not a big thing, but I will say, I've only been part of this club for 2 years, so I'm excited to be your leader. Kind of anxious, because there are a lot of things that I still don't know, and I didn't even know, for example, what the shelter boxes were, and I'm learning. And it really is hard to follow Jim, because he's just been such a terrific leader. So we did send around the sign-up sheet for the District 5110 conference.
Can I see?
And I hope a bunch of us are able to attend that and have some fun with it. I think I'm about finished. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah. Oh. That was a question. What's your question, Jamie?
More of an explanation of the.
Oh, this is the Olympic, this was passing the torch. These are our running numbers.
I meant tape, I thought there was something.
Oh, well, the tape, it had pins on it, and I didn't like that, so I created a handmade Grants Pass looking arrangement. There are probably a lot of other people I would like to thank for all their activities this year. And today it's kind of like the Academy Awards of Rotary, and it's just a really feel-good deal. So thank you. And we're a little maybe early, but we got sergeants coming up. Who's doing sergeants? All right, Jeannie Marie, come on up.
Okay, I thought that before we start Happy Bucks, we might take this opportunity to do some reflecting on our favorite moments of the last Rotary year. So if anybody has something, some favorite activity that we did, or a great interaction with a new club member, or anything that you'd like to share about what your favorite memorable moment from this last Rotary year is. Any thoughts?
I have one from Shoes That Fit, when there was a little girl, and matter of fact, Valerie was trying her shoes on and helping her. And the little girl, Valerie says, "Do you like your shoes?" And she looks at her feet and she goes, "I love them." And she looks at Valerie and she goes, "Can I keep them?" And Valerie says, "Oh, yes." And she reaches over and gives Valerie the biggest hug and was so excited and was just spinning around and twirling and she was delighted. It was beautiful.
Who else has a favorite memory?
My favorite memory was 7 of them. The Student Service Above Self Awards. It's amazing, our youth and just all the potential and everything that they do in their community as young people. I don't remember ever doing anything like that. So, and next year, everybody, keep in mind, we have another one. We have the Boys and Girls Club Student Service, and they will be in June, because they have it all year round. So everybody think about that. So if you do gifts and stuff, remember I need 8 of them.
I would say, and I probably 10 of them, the new members and how they just jumped in, and every single meeting that we've had, information meeting, has been memorable and fun getting to meet them. So I get to be included in most of the meetings, I think everyone, so it's fun.
Early childhood literacy is really my passion, and I'm so grateful that we have a team working on that. And just the last day I went into the third grade at Riverside, and all these hands shot up, that wanted to be with me, and so I felt that I really made an impact with these children, and they were loving reading more. So I'm looking forward to continuing with that, and yeah.
One of my favorite things going from early childhood is up to the high school level. I've really enjoyed doing the mock interviews. That has just been, anybody who comes to me and starts complaining about the school system and kids today, I say, you have not been in the right place, because Vance Pass High School does such a great job with the interviewing, and now they have this ethics class, and that has been a lot of fun to go and sit and talk with kids about some decisions that have to be made. And the thing that's fascinating by it is that every group comes up with different ideas. And so once again, it just shows me how bright our future is. And so it always gives me that pick me up feeling. I think one of my favorite memories of this year is what I saw you all do for the Performing Arts Center. That I've been here forever, and I'm still every year amazed by what this club comes together to do. And Greg, a lot of that's on you. So just really proud of that, and we're able to share that with you guys.
Well,
Well, I had a terrific time going out to the reserve and picking star thistle, my favorite thing.
Pass that to Kelly.
Okay, well, for me, we have never had a porch fest that had the most perfect weather, the most perfect people. The food was unbelievably good. Everybody was happy. It was a wonderful day.
I don't know where to start with various things I've had the joy of being involved with, but I would say, probably Evan's house, so that's where we got Mary and Greg from, thank you. And then, we put on a fundraiser for Veterans Village. And the Rotarians have stepped up to help, even though it wasn't officially a Rotary project, and how many things that we're all involved with that aren't really Rotary projects, that we still put all our energy into it, and the people with that fundraiser were just amazing to work with. And the brilliance and the easy going, it just made it so simple to do that, and thank you.
I wanted to also say, even though we're like 78% women or something in here, I love the men and how tender all of our women are, or all of our men are in the club. I love the fact that Ray tears up, Doug tears up, and all of the men are just very sensitive. I see Debbie Brownell and Zoom has her hand raised. Debbie, what do you want to share?
Well, I'm a charter member, but this is the first year that my subtle acts of, would you like to be a Rotarian, bore fruit? And I'm very grateful for Kelly Winters and Tim Sweeney saying, yes, I would like to be a Rotarian in your club. And so that's very special for me.
I also have a whole bunch of favorite memories this year, but one of them was when Greg and Mary did their vocational. It was a lot like a comedy act. And, you know, most of us have to pay $35 to go to those, so thank you, it was super fun.
It's still really intimidating to me to use. Mine is every Thursday because I never leave here not feeling so inspired and so encouraged by every single one of you. And it's been something I talk about to everyone every single week. Like, this happened in Rotary, I learned this in Rotary, this person does this, like, what can we do next? Like, how can we help you get involved or do something? So this has been like, this is such a life-changing group to be a part of, and I just want to thank all of you guys for that. I feel like this is my moment to truly get to tell all of you guys that, so thank you all. And thank you, Pam.
I want to tag on to what Doug said, Doug and Bev, all of you, love you. But I do want to be like Doug and Bev when I grow up. Oh my God. It's like it's sort of dragging along and they still have all this pep and energy and I'm like, oh my God. When Greg and I first came and I was at the invite of Doug and Bev and we just walked into this room. And we saw how much everyone enjoyed each other. That was a big draw for us. So it was the invite, it was getting here and seeing all of you. And with Evan's Place, that opened up and Rotary, the word was out and Rotary jumped on, going, who are these people from Rotary? And so just what you have been able to do and accomplish and that we're like home for the ride. But thank you all for being just great teachers and mentors, and Jim, you're amazing, and Judy, I look forward to, your next year. But thank you all just, and making great friends. And Ashley, congratulations, I'm glad we got you in.
I'm just so thankful to the whole club and for being able to have us be able to give back to our own community like we do. My heart passions, you guys know what those are for me directly, but I love getting involved in all the rest of your passions as well. And I just can't be more proud, as everybody said, than to be part of this club.
All right. What about general happy bucks? We'll switch into happy bucks and then did we sell our cards out?
Yes.
We did, okay, good. So we'll do happy bucks and then a card draw.
I've got a few happy bucks, which fall on Saturday, Jennifer and I are going to Canada, so it's our first trip out of the country ever. We're excited about that. Yeah. Got a passport to Norway. We have our second grandchild on the way. He will be arriving in December. We're excited about that. And just really enjoy being here and sharing these lunches and time with you. So thank you all. So excited. Anyway, I got 20 happy bucks. 10 of it goes to Ryla. This club's supporting Ryla. Jolene and I visited Ryla last Friday. And we got to see Noah, which was our 4-way test person that went up there. And all I can say is it's really something else. That camp is just great. What they put on, the leadership skills they put on for all of the youth is just, you have to go see it. So I would say next year when Ryla is existing, any of you want to go up, you just talk to Robin, go up there, spend a few hours, see what they do, and it'll really impress you and it'll give you hope for the youth of our communities because they're really doing something great. And the other 10 is for Cozumel, rainwater, drinking, for Setmar and EST6. Jolene and I have been working on this since November of 22, and with Isaac Reed and his sister Dora of the Cozumel Club, with Nemesio Inaran of the Cozumel Club, who's my counterpart down there, and to get approval while I'm sitting here and
I have two happy bucks. One for the Ryla camp, and like Jim says, if you guys have a chance to go up there and watch what goes on up there, you will be amazed. I got to talk with Noah up there and I says, how are you liking it? And he said, this is the best thing I've done. He has, in 3 days that they were up there, he has been impacted so much by this leadership journey. It's amazing. And just to get this grant for Cozumel finally approved. That's why we're so emotional, because this means so much to these schools, because of the amount of money they're spending in bottled water, that they now can catch rainwater, get it purified and drink it, and save close to $500 a month in not having bottled water. So this is the first step, and we'll be going forward with more of those.
One is a happy buck for Jim. That was a lot of hard work, a lot of pushing. Yeah. And then more happy bucks. So now we got a good excuse for the Cozumel. Nice place to hang out. Yeah. Nice seats down there, I think. And then another is to say, Brenda has somebody that lives and works on her place named Jason Smith. Maybe one of you or two know him, but he's a carpenter contractor kind of thing. And he's been working for me the last couple of weeks, and I'll be done with him maybe in about 3 or 4 weeks, but he's fantastic. Knows what he's doing, knows tools, all that stuff. And so at some point when he's done, I'll share him with you guys. Right now, it's fantastic having him.
It sounds like we're planning fellowship events in Hawaii and Cozumel next year.
Just a happy buck for my youngest son, Ryle, who lived in Middleton, Idaho, and has recently got a job at the Idaho National Laboratory over in Idaho Falls. And he told me this morning at his new house, he's going to be able to start moving in tomorrow at noon. Yeah, right.
It's been a week of family, and or last couple weeks, but this weekend I'm going to meet my half brother I've never met before. He just found out about us fairly recently, so that's going to be exciting. And talking about family and Ryla, two of my kids went to Ryla, and Maddie became the Rotary president at her college, and then Chris will be the Rotary president at his college next year. So and they both went on exchanges, and so Rotary is a definite family thing for anybody out there having kids or no kids. Get them in the Rotary right away.
My last $2. The wallet's empty now. I have a happy question. How many of you have eaten mulberries? Not very many, about half of them. Well, we've got a mulberry tree and it is loaded. And for those of you that have not eaten mulberries, they're little berries about the size of the end of your little finger. And very delicate flavor. In fact, when they get ripe, they're only sweet, that's all. When I was a kid, my little Italian grandmother would go out and cut a switch. And to get a switch, my brother and I climbed the tree and we cut the switches out.
Well, honey, no problem. So we donate our backyard for a pool party for a food bank every year. And this year the winner was from Interstate Bank in Medford. And I thanked her for sponsoring Porch Fest. And she said, oh, she's so glad. And Porch Fest is such a great activity. There's a lot of talk about it. So maybe we'll up their donation next year. But also she's on the board of one of the nonprofits that will receive the funds, the proceeds from, she's on the Family Nurturing Center board. So it's just all circle, right?
Well, that's $6 happy bucks. The first one for Jim, just because I remember how difficult it can be to be president, but how much fun it is too. So I hope you enjoy it, Judy. The other 5 are for the 5 ballparks that I went to that I just returned from. I went to Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and got to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame also. Detroit, Cincinnati, and St. Louis. And I now have only 7 left to get to all 30 major league ballparks before the Oakland A's moved to Las Vegas and built a new one.
Thanks, Greg. Greg is my mentor or whatever it is, you get to sign your blue badge partner, whatever. He's great. And Greg, you couldn't ask for someone better to do that. I'd like to get $50. It's, I mentioned, this is our 50th meeting, club meeting of the year, and so $1 times 50 meetings, $50. And I know it goes to a good cause, so I'm happy to.
Yes, happy bucks. All right, well, Jim, since it's your last meeting as president. No, you can draw. We'll trust you. Jack of heart, no, Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds. Yay! Back.
It's up here.
Okay, let's wrap it up. I can find my bottom of the day.
Somebody else.
There it is. This is a quote from Shakespeare. It's my favorite quote. You know, there are so many quotes in life that people use and from Shakespeare. This one's actually from Hamlet. And I don't know if you're familiar with the play, but Polonius is the father of Laertes. Laertes is leaving Denmark to go study in England. And his father, Polonius, if you ever study it, he's kind of a blowhard. He said a lot of things. But one thing he says, he has this long speech, a soliloquy before his son leaves. Quotes like neither a lender nor a borrower be. A bunch of them come from his speech. But anyway, this is my favorite one. I love this quote. It's the last thing he says before he says goodbye and sends his son off. He said, "This above all, to thine own self be true, and must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man." Thanks for coming, everybody.